Chocolate today means sweetness, candy bars, birthday cakes, hot cocoa on a cold day. But for nearly 3,000 years, chocolate wasn't sweet at all. It was bitter, spiced, and treated as something closer to currency than candy. People were once executed over it. Entire economies ran on it. And for centuries, almost nobody in Europe knew what it actually was. The story begins with the Olmec and later the Maya, who were among the first to cultivate the cacao tree over 3,000 years ago. They ground the beans, mixed them with water, chili peppers, and spices, and drank it as a bitter, frothy ceremonial beverage, believed to be a gift from the gods. But cacao beans weren't just for drinking. Across Mesoamerica, they were literally used as money, accepted for taxes, wages, and everyday market trade. Counterfeiters even existed. People caught hollowing out cacao beans and refilling them with mud just to pass them off as real currency. That changed the moment Spanish conquistadors arrived in the early 1500s. Hernan Cortés was reportedly served the Aztec Emperor Moctezuma's own cacao drink, and quickly recognized its economic value, though he found the bitter taste almost undrinkable. When cacao reached Spain, someone had a simple but transformative idea: add sugar and cinnamon to mask the bitterness. For nearly a century, Spain kept this sweetened chocolate recipe a closely guarded secret from the rest of Europe. The secret eventually leaked, and by the 1600s, chocolate houses had become fashionable gathering places across European aristocracy. But this luxury came at an enormous human cost. The growing demand for cacao fueled the expansion of slave labor on plantations across the Americas. For the aristocrats sipping sweetened chocolate in candle-lit salons, the brutal reality behind their drink remained almost entirely invisible. For over 3,000 years, chocolate had only existed as a drink. That changed in the 19th century, thanks to a Dutch chemist. Coenraad van Houten invented a press that could separate cacao butter from cacao solids, and a process to make the powder mix smoothly with water, the foundation of modern cocoa. That extracted cacao butter turned out to be the missing ingredient. Mixed back with sugar and cacao solids, it could finally be molded into a solid bar. Within decades, companies across Europe were racing to perfect and mass-produce the world's first solid chocolate bars. By the 20th century, chocolate had become one of the most beloved foods on Earth. Cheap, sweet, and everywhere. But here's what most people never learn. Much of the world's cocoa supply still comes from West African farms, where child labor remains a serious, unresolved problem. Despite decades of industry pledges to fix it, investigations continue to find the same problem persisting on the ground. The sweetness on the shelf still hides a bitterness most of us never see. From a bitter ceremonial drink reserved for gods and kings, to a currency, to a guarded aristocratic secret, to a bar on every store shelf, chocolate's journey has rarely been simple. 3,000 years ago, it was bitter enough to need chili peppers just to make it drinkable. Today, most people have never tasted chocolate without sugar in it at all. The next time you unwrap a chocolate bar, remember, it was once currency, ceremony, and secret, long before it was ever sweet.